the thing I love about it is the movement of the wheelchair actually. You glide.
It gives you so much more confidence, but it also improves your mental health, your physical health, your fitness, your stamina, and a whole host of benefits that you can't even begin to list.
The stronger I got, the more independent I ended up being. So I ended up being able to live my life for myself rather than being trapped by carers.
So I was cleaning a window and my hand slipped and I fell out of a window and broke my back. I returned home, but I wasn't very active, I wasn't very healthy and fit, and I very quickly become unhealthy, not very social, and wasn't going out much. And I kept getting these messages on Facebook to go and watch some wheelchair basketball and go and play some wheelchair basketball. And then one day I just took the plunge, took myself along, and from there I never missed training afterwards. In wheelchair basketball, I think you notice a change in players very quickly. When they first turn up, they're a bit shy and very quiet. They don't have many skills, but then very quickly, within a few weeks, you see those skills develop. They become faster and quicker, they become more confident, and that is not just about what happens on the court, that also affects their life outside of it as well. The other thing with wheelchair basketball is it can be played by able-bodied and disabled people, which means if you get like someone who has a family, who has like a young son, like one of our players, John, he's got a son called Sam. John's in a wheelchair, his son Sam isn't, so together they can both play the sport, and there's no sport out there that could do that apart from wheelchair basketball, is there?
So to actually do something together is really good. It's probably the only thing we do together. When he was younger, we might watch movies together or stuff like that. But nowadays, yeah, it's great to actually play together. It's really good.
So I ended up in a wheelchair because in October 2008 I was on a motorbike, a car reversed off a curb and hit me in the bike. I got crushed and eventually ended up paralysed from the chest down. And before that I was a combat medic in the British Army. Loved sports, downhill skiing, triathlon, so I was always really sporty. So yeah, and getting back into sports has been amazing. So adaptive sports have been huge for me. So in the last 3 years that I've got back into sport, I've lost almost 8 stone. I now can put a sentence together. My head injuries and my paralysis don't now rule and own my life. But for me, I suppose the biggest change it made was that kind of the stronger I got, the more independent I ended up being. So I ended up being able to live my life for myself rather than being trapped by carers.
So when you're in a wheelchair, you don't get out very much anyway, because the geographics, there's lots of hills, there's lots of obstacles outside. But when you go to wheelchair basketball, you see all the people on your team who are in wheelchairs the same as you, but they're all running businesses and working, and they're all doing sports, and they're fit and active and healthy.
In the accident, I lost myself. And through sports and through the people I've met in those sports, I've rediscovered that kind of crazy, let's climb Brecon Beacons on New Year's Day in -10 and have a picnic kind of side of me.
The instant you put someone in a sports chair on a nice flat, even surface, they can suddenly push without the fear of hitting a curb or a rock, and you can go 10 times faster, you're so much more free that the instant you start playing, you instantly change.